outlines of my today's talk. First, entanglement. So entanglement is a basic fundamental concept in quantum mechanics where two or more systems are correlated in such a way that the state of one particle is directly related to the state of the another particle, no matter the distance separating between them. So when two particles are entangled, the measurement of a property of one particle directly affects the measurement of property of another particle, even if they are light years apart. So then holographic entanglement. So it is a concept, holographic entanglement is a concept arising from ADS-CFT correspondence. So in ADS-CFT correspondence, so the d+1 dimensional gravitational theory in ADS space is related to the d-dimensional CFT confinement field theory on the boundary of the ADS space. So here holographic entanglement is acting as a bridge between quantum information theory on the boundary side to the gravitational theory in the bulk side. So these are some physical significance of holographic entanglement. So it helps in connecting quantum information and geometry. So it describes about the emergence of space-time. It also helps in understanding black hole entropy and gives some insights about quantum gravity and information paradox, and also helps to understand about phase transition and critical phenomena in strongly coupled systems. So holographic entanglement measures is a quantitative way to describe the degree of entanglement between quantum systems. So there are four holographic entanglement measures. It is holographic entanglement entropy, holographic mutual information, entanglement wedge cross-section, and entanglement negativity. So here in this talk we will discuss about the first three entanglement measures. So here where main motivation is to study the entanglement structure between of QCD. So how the different subsystems of QCD are entangled. So for this, so we have taken this Einstein-Maxwell dilatant gravity model. Here G5 is the Newton's 5-dimensional Newton constant, R is the resistance scalar, Fmn is the field strength tensor of the U1 gas field, phi is the dilatant field, V of phi is the potential of the dilatant field, and F of phi is the gas kinetic coupling between the gas field and the U1 and the dilatant field. And this is the answers for the metric field Gmn and field strength tensor Fmn and the dilatant field phi. So here we are from this we are introducing a background magnetic field in the y1 direction. So from the metric we have two solutions exist. One in thermal ADS phase or confining phase, and another is black hole phase or deconfining phase. So the magnetized black hole solution of the have this temperature and entropy. Here this is a variation of Hawking temperature with the horizon radius. Here you can see there is a minimum temperature T minimum, below which there are no black hole solution exist, but above T minimum there are two black hole solution exist. One is large black hole and another is small black hole. So in large black hole the Hawking temperature is decreasing with the horizon radius, and for which the specificity is positive and it is the stable one. And for the small black hole the temperature is increasing with the horizon radius and the specificity negative, so it is the unstable black hole. So then holographic entanglement entropy. So holographically the entanglement entropy of a subsystem of the boundary can be calculated from the area of the minimal surface by this famous Yu-Takayama prescription. Here sigma b minimum is the minimum area of this surface.
Have you written ADS d+2?
Because the bulk area, the surface will be then d-1 and the boundary if it is
so you want the surface to be d-dimensional?
Yeah.
Then why are you putting the G Newton to be d+2? It's d+2.
So here in first we study about the entanglement entropy in thermal ADS phase. In the parallel case, for this we have taken this domain of the subsystem. So in thermal ADS it turns out that there are two surfaces, that is one connected surface and disconnected surface, that minimize the entanglement entropy, and these are the expression of the connected surface entanglement entropy of the connected surface, and this is the expression of the disconnected surface entanglement entropy. So
How would the surface both
Yeah.
of them are not simultaneously.
No, for large type subsystem, so there will be disconnected surface, and for small subsystem there will be connected surface. So this is the expression for the perpendicular case, and here it is the variation of the difference of the connected and disconnected entanglement entropy with the strip subsystem L parallel. Here it is interesting to see that the difference is going negative to positive as the L parallel increases. It suggests that for small L parallel is connected is minimizing the entropy, and for the large L parallel is disconnected is minimizing the entropy. And here it also suggests that there is a phase transition from connected to disconnected surface at a critical length L critical. So same thing is also happening for the perpendicular case as well, but there is an anisotropic behavior of the L critical value that at which the phase transition occur. For the perpendicular case, L critical is decreasing, and for the parallel case, L critical is increasing. So this is an anisotropic result for our model. And then we will discuss about the holographic mutual information. So for two subsystems, holographic mutual information reflects the amount of shared information between the two subsystems. So this is the formula of the mutual information. So here SA1, SA2 and SA union A2 are the entanglement entropy of the subsystem. For simplicity, we are taking two strip subsystem of similar length which are separated by a distance x. So it turns out that there are four surfaces that will minimize the entropy. These are the four surfaces. Here the formula, it is obvious that if the two subsystems are all correlated, the mutual information will be 0. So here it is obvious in SA and ST phases that they are uncorrelated, so the mutual information for these two cases will be 0, but non-zero for the SP and SC phase. So here the same thing is written, that is for IA and ID it is 0, but IB and IC it is non-zero. So here it is the variation of the mutual information with the strip subsystem L parallel. Here you can see the solid line is for the SB phase and the dashed line is for the SC phase. So here you can see there is the mutual information varies smoothly as it is going from the SB to SC phase. There is no discontinuity, and it is also from going from SC to SD phase. There is also no discontinuity, and it's very smoothly. And another result is for with magnetic field, the IB, the mutual information of the SB phase is remains same, but for the IC it's slightly increasing with the magnetic field. And this is also the similar result for the perpendicular case as well. And then the entanglement wedge cross section. So the entanglement wedge cross section is given by the minimal area of the division of the entanglement wedge which connect the subsystem A and B. So here it is a subsystem A and B. The shaded region is the entanglement wedge, and the dashed line they are representing the entanglement wedge cross section. And if this is in the thermalities case, if there is a black hole, the entanglement wedge cross section is there. So to study the entanglement wedge cross section for the parallel case, we have to take the constant y1 t surface. So this will be the metric for the induced metric for the constant y1 t surface, and this will be the entanglement wedge cross section formula. And here the solid line is for the SB phase and the dashed line for the SC phase. But contrast to the mutual information, here there is a discontinuity whenever there is a phase transition, like from SB to SC. When it is going from SB to SC phase, there is a phase transition, there is a discontinuity. And also when it is going to SC to ST phase, it not smoothly going to 0, it is abruptly going to suddenly going to 0. And here it is for the magnetic field 0 case, and here it is for the finite magnetic field 0.5 case. So here the result is contrast to the mutual information, like mutual information was varying smoothly whenever there is a phase transition, but here in entanglement wedge cross section there is a discontinuity whenever there is a phase transition. So holographically it is suggested that the entanglement entanglement waste loss section is always exceeds the half of the mutual information. We have also verified this result, and in our model also the entanglement waste loss section is always exceeding the half of the mutual information. And for the deconfining phase, results are little simpler. Like there is no such phase transition. Here you can see the difference is always negative. That is, the connected entropy is always minimizing. Connected surface is always minimizing the entropy. There is no disconnected surface, and there are no such phase transition between connected to disconnected surface. And here this is the mutual information for the deconfining phase or a black hole phase. The mutual information will be non-zero for SA and SP phase, and this is the behavior of SP phase with the strip subsystem L parallel. It is monotonically increasing, and in the black hole phase, the entanglement waste loss section will be non-zero for the SB phase only. Here it is the variation of SB entanglement waste loss section of the SB phase with the strip subsystem length L, and here also it is monotonically increasing. And so these are my conclusion. So first, in thermalities phase, there is a phase transition between connected to disconnected entropy, and the L critical, where the phase transition is occurring, is increasing for the parallel case and decreasing for the perpendicular case. So the mutual information and entanglement waves were found to be non-zero in the SB and SC phase and zero in the SA and SP phases. So also in thermal EDS, the entanglement waves loss section always show discontinuity in every phase transition, and in the deconfined phase there is no such connected or disconnected phase transition, and the connected surface always gives the holographic entanglement entropy, and the mutual information is non-zero only for the SA and SP phase, and entanglement will be non-zero for the SP phase. So these are some references.
Questions, comments?
Generally, from this mutual information, people calculate the scrambling time. Like where this information is zero, they calculate the scrambling time. So how can I see that kind of picture from this?
So here we are not calculating the scrambling time.
So you can calculate that also from this kind of setup.
So I don't know. Actually, I have not done that study. Maybe it can be. It might be.
Can you show the plot for discontinuity and entanglement? You are showing, right, phase transition. Yeah, this. What are you plotting exactly?
So here it's the dash line for the entanglement waste loss section of the SP phase, and the dash line are for the SC phase. So when it is the entanglement waste loss section going from SP to SP phase, so the phase transition is happening from SP to SC phase, there is always a discontinuity. Like the entanglement wedge area is increasing for the SC phase, and then it is decreasing.
SP and SC are what again? Sorry, their names what?
These are the SP and SC phase. Like
Confined, deconfined.
connected or disconnected. Like when you will decrease the first, suppose you have SA phase, when you increase the L parallel, there will be like two connected surfaces, and when you will increase further L, there will be disconnected surfaces. So here the entanglement waste loss will be non-zero for the SP and SC phase. When the phase transition is happening from the SP to SC phase, at the time of the transition, the entanglement waste area is abruptly increasing, then it is decreasing. So at every phase transition, the entanglement waste is showing a discontinuity behavior.
So what are, I didn't get, what are the two subsystems? Can you draw this? Can you show me the
Subsystem
geometry
is
once
the
more?
blue lines and the blue substrate.
This is on one dimension.
No, 3 dimensional. I have said the domain like in the y1 direction, that is from minus L to L2, and y2 and y3 direction, this is 0 to L by 2 and 0 to L by 3.
You showed a picture before this, right? Is that the picture?
I have not shown. I have mentioned here like it's a strip subsystem. So this is for the perpendicular case and parallel case. So these are the domain of the subsystem, length and width of subsystem.
And these domains are space-time manifold.
Space-time code.
These are the boundary.
This is the boundary. It is at the edges.
In the y corresponds corresponding to this, there is some subsystem also.
Sorry?
In the bulk corresponding to these subsystems, there are some bulk systems, and you are calculating everything in the bulk.
The discontinuity which you showed was for confining phase or deconfining phase?
For confining thermal radius.
And in thermal radius there is no black holes, no? So how do we get the C subsystem, C configuration in that case? It goes till horizon, I
Yes,
guess.
it goes to horizon.
So if there are
So it go to the boundary because for the thermal radius phase the boundary will be from 0 to infinity. There is no black hole, so it will not go to the horizon. It will go. The whole space will cover the thermal radius phase.
Yes, I'm Siddhi again.